Yo, what's going on guys? Mush back at it with another edition of Top 5 Best PC Hardware Deals for July 13th. Now, this video is once again going to be scarce on video cards. I do have one to mention. However, the majority of the mid-end GPUs that you guys want, what happens is they come in stock and then they come out of stock really quickly. So even if I do a video, the time it takes to edit it and upload it, by that time, it'll probably be out of stock. So I might do emergency videos like this whenever I see a good deal on a GPU available. I might just upload a video real quickly to let you guys know about it, because I do see GPUs from time to time, not great deals by any means, but at least they're in stock. But like I said, they're just out of stock before the video is ready to go up. So let me know if you guys would like to see kind of emergency style videos of these just for GPUs whenever I see them. They'd have to be very quick, and the time between recording it and uploading it would have to be very short. So I'll try to figure something out if that's something you guys are interested in. But without further ado, let's get right into this video with the top 5 best PC hardware deals, because there's still some good deals to be had on other components. So let's start things off with the power supply. We've got the CORSAIR CSM series CS550M 550 watt 80 plus gold certified power supply. This is a modular power supply, and it's on sale on Newegg for $65, and then it's also got a $20 mail-in rebate, knocking it down to $45. That is a great price for a gold certified power supply as well as a modular power supply. That's a lot you're getting for your money. Even for the base price of $65, I'd say it's a pretty good deal, but then you throw in that mail-in rebate, and man, that's an excellent deal. And even with 550 watts, this can power higher end GPUs. You can even pair this with like a 1060, 1070, and you'll be good to go. 550 watts is actually a lot for hardware these days, especially considering how power efficient everything is. And for this price, whether you use the mail-in rebate or not, you're getting a pretty solid deal. It's just after that mail-in rebate, man, this is an insane deal. Moving on to number 4, we've got a monitor, the Acer K2 series K242HQL. It's a 24-inch, 1 millisecond response time monitor. It is a TN panel, and honestly, aesthetically, I'm not a big fan of the design. The bezel, I wish was a little slimmer, but it is very cheap, down to $110, and it's got a $10 off promo code, knocking it down to just $100. If you can get a 1080p monitor for under $100 or at $100, I think that's a really good deal. And if you're in the market for a monitor, you should pick that up ASAP. As far as connectivity goes, you've got a VGA port, a DVI port, as well as an HDMI port, so that's pretty nice. This sale is going on for another 7 days, so you guys do have some time to pick it up, but a pretty solid entry-level monitor for those of you that are looking to game at 1080p. Moving on, over on Western Digital's official website, they've got a 1TB SSD for $280, and that's a pretty good deal for the WD Blue SSD. However, the caveat is if you or a friend is in college and you can use an EDU email address, Western Digital actually shaves 20% off on the majority of their products, and you can end up getting $56 off this SSD, which would take it down to $224. That's an insane deal for a 1TB SSD, so $280 is pretty good. However, if you do have an EDU email address to use, you can get a much better deal on this, which is insane. What would it be? $224? That's an insane deal for a 1TB SSD. I would highly recommend to pick that up. Yes, it's still pretty expensive for storage, but it's 1TB of storage and it's an SSD. SSD prices have been a little high recently. The base deal is pretty solid, but then you throw in that 20% off and it becomes a ridiculously great deal. It's also free shipping as well, so that's pretty nice. So definitely check this SSD out if you guys are interested. Moving on to number 2 on mono price, you've got the AMD Ryzen 7 1700X 8-core processor for $290. That's pretty good. Typically would see this CPU for $300, $310. I believe on Prime Day it was $300, so $290 is pretty good. And this is a beast of a CPU. If you're looking to pick up a CPU like this, make sure you're doing more than just gaming. Make sure you're doing video editing, live streaming. You can do a lot more than just game with this because it's an 8-core CPU. It's 16 threads. That's ridiculous for gaming. Gaming, you don't need 8 cores and 16 threads. So like I said, make sure you're doing some video editing, live streaming, or whatever. If you are just doing gaming and you want a really beast of a CPU, $290 isn't bad for the Ryzen 7 1700X. Finally, number 1, the lone GPU on this list, and that's the Gigabyte GeForce GTX 1080 WindForce on Amazon. It's available for $500, which isn't even much of a deal. A few months ago, you could get this GPU for like $430, $440 if you look for a deal. However, now for $500, that's a pretty good price. It's not in stock right now, but it'll be in stock on July 19th. And if you're interested in this, I would pick it up ASAP because it might go out of stock. The 1080 isn't one of the main GPUs miners are looking towards, but because miners have picked up a lot of the other GPUs and options are limited, every GPU from the mid to high end has become a commodity. So whenever you see something that you want, best bite the bullet as soon as possible. powerful. The 1080, of course, is a great GPU. It's an 8GB GPU, and it's great for 1440p gaming. Can do a little bit of 4K, but 1440p I think is where this GPU excels at, because you'll be able to max out the majority of games and get 60 FPS. Games are going to look really good, they're going to play really well, and yes, it is a steep price of $500, but you're getting what you paid for. So that's going to wrap up this video, guys. As always, thanks for watching. If you have a request for a future video, you can leave it in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.